So thank you for joining us for this workshop. Before we begin, I want to tell you all something about Pixcotto. We are an artist network building community. But what does that really mean? We are a cloud-based online social media network community that connects various kinds of artists all over the world. We help them nurture their talents and grow along with each other. Our goal is to devise a platform that can unite all those who have a flair for art. We empower art enthusiasts to form a network of similar talents on our platform and discuss their work with fellow artists, progress, master, and monetize their skills in their respective professional fields. Our mission at Pixcotto is to help the people entering the art and film industries by assisting thousands of them in learning basic technical and soft skills required for their respective fields that can earn money. Through our workshops, we wish to add value to the skill set of artists and to encourage budding artists to follow their craft. Our instruction for this workshop is Miss Mansi Sawant, an IT engineer by profession but an artist from heart. She's a lettering artist. Lettering is what helps her relax and explore her creative side. She has conducted several workshops on lettering and has also created custom designs for logos and t-shirts. So before handing over the mic to Ms. Mansi, I would like to give you all a gist of the general instructions. Kindly keep yourselves muted throughout the course of the session, and you can unmute if you have any problem with network issues. Other than that, please put all your questions and queries in the chat box and they will be answered towards the end of the session. So I thank I thank Ms. Mansi on behalf of everyone for her time. I shall now hand over the mic to Ms. Mansi.
Hi everyone. So I am Mansi and today I'll tell you something about lettering. So a lot of you might not be knowing it, and some of you might be knowing what it is. So I'll just give you a brief what lettering is all about. So wherever you see anything like a name, a logo, everything, in everywhere there is letters. So there are some designing which goes into it. Okay, just a minute. I hope you have your paper and pencil and pen with you. So there are two things to lettering. Like when it's come to hand lettering, there is other form which is digital lettering. So we won't get to that. So when it comes to lettering with your hand, so there are two things. That is, first is your calligraphy and then is your hand lettering. So I just hope you might be able to see it since I'm a lefty. The first is your calligraphy. I'm just giving a brief introduction about what are the different types, and then is your hand lettering. So in calligraphy also there are different parts like your copper plate, for which you need a traditional pen, which I haven't tried out to get an ink pen, and the other is your brush lettering. So that is the traditional method. I know think a lot of you might be knowing it, but I'm still telling you because some of you might not be knowing it. So for brush lettering, like there are brush pens which are used to do the brush lettering. So there are various, yeah, I'll tell you what is fox calligraphy also. So there are, see, there are brush pens. So calligraphy needs it needs at least a month of practice, a few weeks to get used to the strokes, like the upstrokes and downstrokes. So you might need to practice that. There are only two important things when it comes to calligraphy, that is your upstroke and downstroke. That is, when you go up, it has to be a thin stroke, and when you come down, it has to be a thick stroke. So you should have a good control over the pen. You should have a control over the pen so that you can practice it. So for that, like to get smooth with your lettering, with your brush calligraphy, you just need to give it a 2 or 3 weeks of time. And then there is fox calligraphy. So fox calligraphy is basically, it's like cheating on your calligraphy, where you actually use a pen to like to just give it a look like it's done with calligraphy, but it's actually done with a pen. So let's see, this is a A which I'm writing in my brush pen. And the same A, if I write with this pen, where you just have to double it, see, just write your normal A, and then since wherever there is a downstroke, you just have to get it thicker. Again, this has to be downstrokes. So it's like you're giving the effect of calligraphy with just a pen. So that's your fox calligraphy. So for this, you just need to know which are the downstrokes, and accordingly you can just tick that part. But the problem with fox calligraphy is that it should be like the thickness should be same throughout. Like, see, when you write with a brush, you get the same thickness throughout. But when you go with fox calligraphy, you just have to make sure that you maintain the same thickness. So it looks, so that it can give a look of your brush lettering or your traditional one. Now, yeah, you can say it's time consuming because you have to do it again, because with brush pen you can just do it in one go, but with fox you just have to do it again and again. But for those who find it difficult to handle the brush pen, see that this might take a lot of practice. And if you find it difficult to handle the brush pen, then you can always go for this fox calligraphy. But yeah, there is always a downside to it. So that's about calligraphy. And then there is hand lettering. So in hand lettering, you don't have to learn anything as such. So there are just different fonts which you have to experiment. So it can be just block letters or any type, like a mixture of block and your this brush lettering or your fox calligraphy. So, or you can also go for cursive one. So it's totally up to you how like which style you're comfortable with. Like first you need to just go through some different fonts, or you need to practice, then you can just think of something which you're comfortable with. See, it's very difficult to get your style in at the beginning. You just have to experiment with different things, but it should not be like a burden on yourself or something. You should feel relaxed, or you should enjoy the process. So yeah, that's it. So I mostly prefer block lettering, like block. I enjoy doing block lettering more than brush one. So the main important thing when it comes to any lettering is the composition of any quote. See, if you select a quote, then you should be able to place that. The composition plays a very important role if there is a bigger quote. Okay. So you should know like which word will go where or something like that. Let me just pick up a quote. So now there is stop wishing and start doing. It's hard to handle a fine liner. A fine liner, no, a fine liner, it's not hard to handle a fine liner. It's just like a normal pen. So there is no difficulty in handling a fine liner. Hope you can see that. So that's stop wishing and start doing. See, now first the important thing here is to place the words. See, if I would have just, you cannot directly go in with your brush pen whenever you go. You first have to place it, like, you first have to do it a rough sketch with pencil and then go with your pen or your brush pen. See, if I would have written it directly and I would have just shifted it slightly on this, on my left side, then this P and H would have just intersected with each other and that wouldn't have looked nice. Or if I would have shifted this start to here, then that this dash of T and G would have intersected. So here you just have to, like, first you have to uh, figure out where you're going to put the words. After that you have to make a rough sketch with the pencil and then go with the pen. Even see here it's intersecting, but I didn't have an option, so I just intersected it. But I'm not like you, even if you intersect it, don't make it look that it should look nice at the end. So sometimes it's totally fine because there was no option for me to fix it here. So it's up to you how you are designing your quote. So the composition is important. Yes, we'll get to doodle lettering. So doodle lettering is actually what? Okay, so doodle lettering is actually including doodles to your lettering. So first you need to just, whatever is your quote, you just need to select the quote and accordingly choose. Like, see, now there is this one, roll the dice. So I just decided to go with the word dice and I just created a doodle for that. So whatever in the quote you find something relatable, you can just create doodles for that. Or whatever interest, you can first find a doodle and then you can find a quote related to it. So Pinterest is a very nice place to find anything which you want. There is, see, there's the beach one. If I don't know if you've seen it or not, see this beach one. So I wanted to do something related to beach. So I just wrote this and all the doodles is what basically relates to beach. So you just have to see what are the things which are related to your code, right? So this was drum roll. So first I decided to like create a drum at the background, but then it was not fitting. So I just decided to replace it with the O. So that you can just play with your creativity as you wanted to. Okay, so today we will do a quote which is keep shining. Okay, so we will do keep shining. I'll take your doubts one by one, either now or in between or at the end. Okay, don't worry. So we'll do keep shining. So the first part, when it's come to the quotes, I'm keeping a simple one and I'll be doing with the block lettering one because everyone don't know the brush lettering. So we'll go with the block lettering. So first part is to just decide where the keep will go and where the shining will go. Okay, so before that, let me see some of the show the different types of looks of the brush to belong to the use. Okay, Nivedita will do that at the end. No, I blend my brush pens on. So I don't use watercolor for anything. I'm not good with watercolor. So I just do it with brush pens. So the blending is done with the brush pens only. Okay. So see, for keep shining, you first have to decide where you want to place it. So if I want to place it at the right, keeping it at the left. So here also you can play accordingly to your creativity as you want it. So you can see a lot of empty space here. So you can either create, something here or see, wherever there is a space, you cannot left it empty, doesn't look that nice. So you can create a doodle something here, like since there is a shiny, you might create a star or something. Or if I shift it to this side, first you just have to decide how it's going to look. I'm shifting it to this side. Here again is the space. I can create something, so I can go with a star. I'm thinking of going with a sun. Okay. You can also keep it in the middle. That's up to you. And I have seen a lot of people, like the beginners, the mistake which they do it, they keep a lot of space in between the words. Like, so you see, there is a lot of space. I have seen people like when they write the quote. When I also started, this was a mistake which I was doing. That is, I was keeping a lot of space between words, which doesn't look nice. So when you start, like whenever you design your quote or your composition, you keep it in such a way that not much space is left between the words, so it look a whole complete set. Okay, so we will do this. So for that, you just need a scale and pencil. Okay. Have you blend brush pens? Okay, you just need a brush. And I don't have it right now. I'll show you how I blend my brush. Just a minute. Let's take this one off. And these are 120 pages. Yeah. See, I'm just showing you how I blend the water, like how I blend my brush pens. So I'm using a brush pen. You see the tip? This is the tip of my brush pen. And first, for blending, you just have to use the lighter base. Let's use a lighter base. So I'm just showing you. So that's A. So always you have to use a lighter base at the down, so that when you write on with the darker color on it, so you just have to color. Okay, you can, if you're a beginner, you can start with a camlin or a, that's pink and this is purple. Those are affordable one, and Edgel blends very well, like better than Camlin. There is a bit of difficulty when it's come to blending with Camlin. Okay, so there are these pens available. These are also kind of brush pens. You can directly blend it with normal brush, or you can blend it with this pen. These are like normal brush. So this are, see, you just have to fill water in this. So there is nothing about your normal. They have the tip just like your normal brush or the brush pens which you have. Or those were the Koi brush pens which I use. You can go with Edger also, you'll get the same thing. You just have to just keep on taking this. So go down. You can see it. Okay, that's how you will keep on just taking this up and bringing that down. They can be blended easily.
Uh, Excuse me. Yeah, I would like to request everyone to turn on their videos, please. We will be taking a photo anytime in the middle of it, and the photo will be posted on Pixcoto as well as Doodle Lettering.
Yes, the video will be saved.
Yeah, so please switch on your videos. Thank you.
Yeah. So we'll do the, I hope you got this part, like how to do it. It's not looking nice right now. See, this is done the same way. Okay, let's just start with the quote. I'll take your doubts at the end of it. Yeah, so Himish, you can just try that with your edge gel. Let me just start the video. So I hope you have pencil and scale with you. So I'm going with this one. I'm going with this one. Okay, so we'll do this one. So for that, first we'll do the keep and shining part. So just take the measurement of 3.5. The height will be 3.5. Okay. So you can directly go without scale also. That is also completely fine. But just to keep all the like the upper part and lower part just of the same height, we'll just use the scale. Then just leave 0.5 in between. And again 3.5 or 3. You can go for a bigger size also. That's up to you. I hope you're doing it together. Okay. So see, now you just need to count the words. So that's how I proceed with my lettering. So I'm just telling you how I do. I don't like people might have different methods of doing it. So yeah. Let's see, there are 4 words here. So every word has to be of the same. Yeah, please turn on the video if you can. So every word should be of the same height, same width also. So I'll divide the upper line into 4 parts. Yeah, so this is 3.5 and this is also 3.5. Leave a gap of 0.5 in between. So whenever you do something, just divide it in different parts, like according to the number of letters. So we saw there are 4 letters and we are just doing it at the end. So I might start it from here. See, I'm might be going just randomly. Hi, Arpita. So I just might be going randomly now. So just, again, you can just take your scale and do the measurements, or if you have like, if you know equal partition, if you can see the equal partition, you can just go directly also. That's if you're not good with the partition, just use the scale again, divide it into 3 centimeter, 3 centimeter. Okay.
Guys, you all can submit your work that you do in this workshop to us in the end, and the good ones will be posted on our page. So I hope that you all are
Even I'll
doing it with.
post it on my page,
Yes.
like on my story. So, so if you're not good with taking the same measurement, just divide it in 3 centimeters with your scale. Again, when we go to the next letter, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there are 7 letters. So now we can see the letters here are I. So I won't need the same space as others. See, I am writing H. You can see here. This is my H, and that's I, right? So you can see the space which is taken by H is not the same as I, right? So for I'll just take one, you can just take it 1.5, or if you're doing it manual, like without the scale, then you can do accordingly to you. So let's divide it in 7 parts, since we'll be starting it from here. So for S, H, I, so we'll be doing it 3D, so I am just leaving more space. Again, you can go for 3, 3, 1.5 for I. S, H, I, N, I, G. Okay. So I hope the pencil is visible. So now, are you done with this? We'll move to the letter. Okay. Others haven't done on the video. Okay, a lot of you have. So at first you might need a scale, so that's completely fine. You can just take it with scale and do it. But see, it has to be a relaxing process. So with scale, what happens is we are just way too into perfection and we just need everything to be perfect. So I avoid doing with scale, but you can go for scale. So if you're done with that, we can just go with, so see, there are like, I directly go with double letters, but since it might be your first time, so see, you can just first write K normally, okay? And then you can just double it, like just make a parallel line to that. And the erase. So you can do it like that, or here also you can just go in with your scale. And see, again, the problem with scale is it just comes with too much technicality. So you can go for 0.5 or 0.6 or the width which you want. See, we just want that the width should be same throughout. So again, you can just take the scale and do the measurements. So if you want this, so that's 0.6 or go with 0.7. Whenever you do this, you need to make sure that all the letters have same width. So I'm just doing directly because, and I'm not touching this end line. Okay, I'll just leave a bit of space. Leave of space because we are doing it in 3D, so we need some space at the end. Doing it with scale, if that helps you, you can just do 2E together also. That's scale will give you perfection. If you're doing it for fun, then just do it. If you're doing it directly, make sure that you're maintaining the same width. Because at the end, it will look good if you maintain the same width. So start with a small quote, because placing small quote is quite easy than going for the bigger quote, because then we have to adjust every word when it's come to bigger quote. So I'm also not comfortable with bigger quote. See, I'm leaving space in between the words. You can practice your ABCD in all, like in block letters, then you will get used to it. So always starting with the basic is the main thing. So if you always find difficulty in something, go to the basics. Like start with A, B, C. Observe the, like there are various artists online or there are various YouTube channels. So from where you can take references. Pinterest is a very nice space. If you want, you can just find a lot of artwork there, which from where you can get ideas. Brush lettering is easier than this. Like, this takes a lot of time. With brush lettering, you just have to do it with brush normally. Okay, so I'm done with the quote. I'll just add a sun to it. See, there's a lot of empty space left. You always have, wherever you see empty space, you can either go for stars or circles, just to make it look full or wholesome. Going in for the sun. Then I'll tell you about the 3D lettering, like how to make it look 3D. Sleeping. Sleeping. Yeah, I didn't understand it. Gati, like at 45, like this one. A minute. Sleepy like this one. If you'll see, that is a kind of, this is not straight, this is at 45. So if you want to go at 45, first you need to do a line with a scale in this angle, like at 45. I don't, this might appear straight to you, but it's not straight. You have to make a line at, like a line at 45, and then again another line at 45, 45, 45 at different measures. And this is kind of a very hectic task to do. Like, then you have to, you can see there's a lot of precision, like every word is of the same thickness and everything is done with scale. So when you go for 45, then you have to maintain all the words almost the same. You can do it if you want to. Here we are just doing it straight. You can go for 45. This is the first time you're doing it, so I just don't want to make it tedious for you. See, now I'll tell you about the shard, like how to make it 3D. So first, let's start with this. If there's a horizontal line, like this is, sorry, vertical one. So whenever we make 3D, just bending it here. Again, the same. Here also this. So you just have to make it from 3 lines, extend the slant line and just join them. That's how you make it 3D for straight line. And if it's a horizontal line, then again, you just have to make a slant line from 3 corners. Okay, so the 3 corners, we just have to leave one corner, that is the left corner. See, just assume that here is your sunlight. It's like a shadow. So your shadow always has to be on the right hand side of the letter. Okay, so the left hand side, that is the left top corner of the letter, should be left empty, and the other 3 corners, from there you make a slant line and just connect it. Okay, so that's the basic thing. Now you will see if we do with this letters. See, leaving this corner, this corner, and this corner, just joining it. Again, leaving the topmost corner. Here I'm starting it. There is, then this, there is this. Okay. So again for E, leaving this corner, start from here, join this. There is this corner. Just join it and down. So if you first time you might just find it difficult, but if you will do it again and again, the same letters, you just have a practice of A to Z, how to do A to Z letters, it will be easier for you. Just leave that, and rest everyone, we are just forming the block. See, from here, and again from this corner. Okay, same, 1, 2, and 3. Every time there are 3 lines, so joining this, then joining this, and this, then joining this.
ഫെല്ലിനെ മനസ്സിലാവണ്ട, മനസ്സിലായാലേ പറയണം.
Again for P, your. Now see, there is a curve. So for the curve, see, this is your oval. Now from here, we'll start from this corner and we take from this. And again, since it's an O, it should be, okay, let me explain you, since this is how O looks like, okay? So this is the inner side. This is the right side for this one. And this is the right side for this part. For this part, this is the end. For this part, this is the end. So this both should be into 3D form. So this also should be colored and this also should be covered in your 3D form. So for P, I'll start from here. Go till here. Just join it here. See. Now we have to see, for this line, we did this, and now this is left. So let's cover it. Whenever there is a line, like, you consider how many things we are connecting here. Like for P, one line and one semicircle. So for this line, we have to create the 3D part. For this semicircle, we have to create a 3D part. So this was the 3D part for line and this was the 3D part for your oval, right? Now with S. So this is your S. S. Again, stitching 2 lines. See, here we are going up. We start S like this. Now for this part, a line on the right side. Here is the right side. Again, as you go up, this is the right side. So you always have to stick to the right side. So I'm just making it from here. Then from here. So you just have to have the basic idea of where is the shadow going to be. It always has to be on the right side. And wherever there is shadow, that part has to be the 3D part. See, this was the right side. Then this. You always keep in mind how you move your pen. First, you're going up. So this becomes the right side of this part. Then as you come down, this gets the right side. Again, you go up. So this is the right side. Okay, so just 1, 2, extending it from here, here. Okay, I hope you got the idea of how we have to continue. Again, when you do the shadow part, you need to make sure that the thickness is equal. So if you're not like confident with the thickness which you're going, go with the scale, take the measures and go with the scale. You just have to make a line parallel to it just by extending the 2 lines. 3 lines, sorry. 2 at the bottom, 1 at the top. This might seem a bit tricky at first, but once you get the hold of it, you might enjoy the process. First time is always difficult for everything, but when you learn that, it will enjoy it. Okay, so once you're done with your rough sketch, like you're confident that everything is right, or if you find that something is like some part are not right, or somewhere the thickness is not right, you can just again go in, erase it, and just make it right. Or you can just use a scale if you want. Then you can go in with your pen and just trace all the letters which you have did. You can use a normal line. Mostly use a black gel pen, so that's easily available. So that's a normal gel pen. You can use a fine liner also. Then there comes the coloring part. So in which you can explore accordingly to the colors which you like. So now see this. This is, I have drawn a sun. So I might color it in yellow. So that's up to you how you want to do it. So I might go in with yellow, and again you can color this sun. So I don't know which colors you all have. So you can just color it with whatever you have. And where the part which we have shadowed, on that part we will just color it with this black pen. Black pen, or you can color it with black marker or black paint, whatever you have. So I'll leave the coloring part up to you. Okay, I hope you'll do it on your own. I think you might be left with it, but I hope you got the basic idea of how you can just go on with the block letters. In the same way, you can explore the cursive writing also. So you just need to, first you just need to learn the basic letters which are from A to Z, how they look. if we directly go, the problem might be you might face a difficulty of how to write N. So first you just experiment on your own from A to Z and see where are you facing difficulties, in which letters you are not getting it. Start with a normal page, like a line page, practice on this. Then later on you can go on the blank page once you're comfortable with that. Okay, so does anyone have any doubt, like wants to ask anything?
Yeah, guys, you can unmute yourselves and ask the doubt.
Can you give
Coloring, see for coloring now, some people might be using watercolors. So you can go with watercolors. I mostly go with
Hello?
my, yeah.
Can we go with the background, watercoloring background?
We don't have water and I haven't got water with me. I'll just explain you if that's fine. I have an video save on my Instagram IGTV video where I have explained watercolor backgrounds and how to do it. I'll still explain you. Just a minute. Let me okay, I have right now this with me. Save this one also. So for this, Lucifer, I'll get to you back. Okay. See for this, what I have done is first I have just apply a water to the background. So you need a paper which can hold watercolor. 130 GSM is totally fine. So first go on and apply water wherever you want the color to be. Now here I have just applied water to entire sheet. Now for this one I have applied water only to this area where I wanted it. So after that, take on the brush pen. So I have used the Camlin one, right? So take on the brush pens which you want and just take the brush pens. Okay. And you can just I don't have a palette here. Take a plate or a palette or even a plastic sheet is fine and just rub it on that and just add water to it and you'll get a watercolor and it gives you pastel look. So you can just use that watercolor and drop it wherever you want. So like I have dropped pink, pink, pink randomly anywhere. In the same way, you can drop any other color randomly anywhere. And some 2 or 3 colors you can add randomly anywhere and just let it mix into one another, because since we have applied water already in the background, so it will automatically get mixed with each other, and just let it dry. And once it's completely dry, you can try. You can write anything with your brush pen or even go for normal type of letters. Or just draw something on the background also. That will also make it look nice.
Okay.
So I have, if you want to look, you can go and have a look on Instagram in IGP. Okay. Any other doubts? Oh, coloring. For coloring, mostly I told you I use this. I might just color it in this way. Okay, I'll show you how. Let me show you one part of it, like how I might do it. So I'm just taking it yellow and I'll just do it in the middle. Take your normal brush also. I'll just take this one. You can always take the normal pen and normal brush. When you take the normal brush, just make sure there is not too much of water. If there's a normal brush, just do it this way and remove the excess water, and then you can just mix this. See, these are the brush pens, so they can be I would have completely covered it with yellow. You just have to keep on doing it till it's not completely like it should be totally blended and it should not seem as two different colors or something like that. Arpit, you can do it on your own. Like later on, you can try it on your own since the time is not that much. So you can try it on your own. So whenever you do the outline, if you are using the pen which are not water soluble, like if you use something and then you go with the color, so this yellow might just become black. So first you can complete your coloring and then you can just do the outline with the black pen. If you're using a fine liner, then you can just go directly. Like if you're using the fine liner, so they are waterproof. So first you can draw the border and then you can do it with this pen. Like the brush pens or normal paint is also, you can do it with normal watercolors also, but I'm not good at with watercolor, so I just don't go with watercolor. Okay, it's a handle, it's doodling and lettering. Anyone has any more doubts? So see, it might just take some time. Like it's not something which you can just do it in half an hour. It please require 1 hour, or if it's a bigger code, it can take up to 2 hours sometimes. So it's, you just have to enjoy the process. That's it.
Guys, if you have any doubts, you can unmute yourselves and ask. And also in the chat box, we've put a link for the feedback form. So everyone who's there, please go through it and fill the feedback form. It will help us improve our workshops.
Yes, everyone is busy doing. You can always just keep on experimenting with different things. See, now this is the lettering where I have just written everything with different font. So there are a lot of fonts in which you can experiment. So this is done with only a single pen. So see, when it comes to something like this, here you just have to, can we sketch pen for coloring? Whatever you have, you can use that. So here the difficult part is to place everything, like how much place will, like how much space is required for this, and how will I cover the left out space. Like here was a left out space, so I decided to do it. Here was a left out space, so this was not looking nice, so I just created a heart to just avoid that space. See, for this you just have to take the measurements and all. So when it's a big quote like this come, it just kind of become difficult. But then again, you can just go on Pinterest and find different work, and you can just take on ideas. So this is Anupam sketchbook. Yeah, this is Anupam 130 GSM sketchbook. You can just experiment. So again, like this I have. So again, this one. So here there was a lot of space which was left. So see, there are different ways to just cover the space which is left. What is the size of your art? This is a square sketchbook. I have just two sketchbooks till now. This is a square one and there's an A4 one. This is an A4 size one. It's complete lettering. So I'll tell you it. Brush lettering sometimes it gets easier because now see this one. Here also you just have to get to the composition. So first the composition is the biggest part when it's come to lettering, like how will you place the words. So if you find a quote somewhere, so see, if you want to fill the leftover spaces, draw leaves or flowers or whatever is related to the quote. Like this was autumn, so I just draw autumn leaves. So what you feel related to the words. This. So see, everything is not nice always. So this one is a failed one which I don't like. But see, this was related to spider, so I just go with the color with the then Spider-Man and a net. Now this is nothing is out of reach. So this quote was in back of my mind, and I had this, and hadn't decided of the ladder and the sun. Then I don't know, this that automatically came, and it just suits perfectly to the quote. So whatever you just think, you can just fill in with the quote. There are some words which are there in the quotes which you can use to your benefits. There are always some words. Or if you don't want to, you can just stick to the lettering part and just write your letters in such a way that there is no space left. Dot 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 dot. Oh, I guess you're talking about this one. Dot. I don't know. See here also, I just did this dot 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 to cover this page.
हाँ जी किसको
So you can do small dot. See, there are go for different size of dots to cover the entire space. It's up to you how you cover it. Or you can just keep the words so close. You can keep the words so close, so you don't have to draw anything else. So just keep the words close, so there is no space left for the words. But sometimes what happens that there is a word in the quote which is just bigger, and there is space left. So at that time you can just grow. If there I have to draw something in this, I would have drawn a tree or something like that. Acha, you're talking about thing. Okay, this one. So this is done with whenever you start with this, you start with just doing when you're at the border, you do it again and again at the same place. As you come away from it, just do it at far places away. When you're at the border, just keep on doing it at one place, so you'll get the effect. When you just come far away from it, just place it randomly as far as possible, so you can achieve that. First, make a border with pencil outline, like from where to start it. Okay. I hope you're out of here.
Thank you so much. Guys, I would request you all to please turn on your cameras so that we can take a picture, which shall go up on our page. Everyone, please turn on your cameras.
There are a lot of styles. You can always go for Pinterest if you want to figure out which lettering style suits you or which finds better for you. I have a lot of things posted on my Insta post grid also. You can see there. Or if you want to just explore different styles, you can always go on Pinterest. That's the best place where I always go to get some inspiration. Okay, Nivedita has done. Smiling. Lip shiny. Yeah. That's great. You have done it in your own way. That's nice.
I would like to hand over the mic to Bharat sir.
So, Soumya, am I audible? Hello?
Yes, sir. You're audible.
Still, there are so many people who are not visible to me. Please, can you turn on your videos, everyone? We can have a picture, and we will post it on our Pixcoto page, Insta page. And if Mansi permits us, we can post it in doodling and lettering page too. So what say, Mansi? we can have this picture on our Instagram pages, right? Everyone, turn on your turn on your videos. Quick. We can have a quick pic. Whom I can see: Janice, Divisha, Himanshi, Ridha, Arpita, Srishtita, Nikhil, Himabindu, Fiza, Ruchita, Asha, Priyamvada, Arya, and that's it. Uh, Everyone else. In second page, I can see again Fiza, Ashita, Arya, Ruchita, Likita, Farana, and that's it. That's it. Okay, Sanjeevani, she started. Fine. And whoever turned on their videos, we'll go with them. Everyone, come on, cheese, smile. Just a smile. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, start. That's done. Uh, so, okay, Mansi, is anything left from your side that you have to complete or speak about?
I hope that they'll complete on their own the remaining part, which is the coloring part. So on that you can explore and you can just share it with me and Pixcota.
And Pixcota.
Pixcota. You can share it with us.
Yeah. So see, we have sent you that feedback form in chat box. Open it once. There, you people can see a place where you can upload this thing, the whole assignment that is given by Mansi. You can complete the coloring part and you can upload it there. And Mansi, she'll check it, and the best of them, like maybe top 5 or top 10, however we and Mansi decide finally, we'll post it on our social media with your credits, like this person, uh, whomever it might be, this person did this work, or this person did that work, something like that. We'll post it on our social pages. So this is the thing that you are going to get in return to your assignment submission. So complete it and upload it. Okay.
Excuse me.
Hmm?
Can I send it to WhatsApp on Pixphoto?
You can send it. At the same time, you have that option in our registration feedback form also. You can do it in both the ways. See, however, we need feedback from your side to improve whatever the things that we have to do and all. So both the ways it will work.
Okay.